Hey guys, I found my training manual I was using for my hostel that I believe was one of the key ingredients that helped me scale my operations and save a lot of time on a daily basis. So, um, it was having actually a few benefits that I will list down now. And I just want to mention that I will list exactly the whole table of content of that manual so that you can copy paste it and try to apply it for your own business. And I'm going to review in this video a bit of some of the parts to explain what I was putting and and why it was there and how you can actually use that for your own business. So for the benefits, the first one, and there was one thing that was making me wasting a lot of time was training. Not wasting in the sense that I didn't like to do training, but I had a lot of turnover at some point. If you still suffer from turnover, a training manual can help you to solve that issue. Um, what happens is you put information that basically from day one, the staff will get delivered and he can just read and apply. And so from day one, they have all the information they need to be a good employee and to do the things that they are required to do, which means that the only thing left in front of them is to practice. And practice, they can do it with their peer, they can do it with you, but it's easy to deliver a good lesson on something on how you need to do it when someone has read about it before. So the training manual was helping communication, it was helping on accelerating the training process. The second benefit of that training manual was the for quality. Because I was writing it, I was setting the expectations I had for my team. And I was also setting the standards of services that we wanted to provide for the customers. So if I would explain how to deal with a check-in for the customer, then I would explain exactly how to do it. That means that it would help the staff to understand how to serve the customer in uh, my style. So that means based on my standards and my expectations. So I didn't need to just, tell them to do it. It was written in that guide. So it was actually one of the benefits. And the last third benefit I see was that for anyone part of the team, you could always refer to this like a Bible or like a code and use it as a documentation for example, if you forgot a phone number of a supplier, for if you forgot what you need to do with that tool or that thing, how to work for how to do this process. And because of course it was a 16 pages document, I was not expecting my employees to know it by heart from day one, even after 1 year somehow, because every time I was iterating it, I was changing things. So they always had to get back to the process. We were using new tools sometimes. So I would put the information there and they would learn from there. So it was it was something that you always, even as a senior team member, you always need to have access to. And this is good because it's where everything should be. So those are the three benefits. Now I want to move on to what was inside that book, that training manual, and of course it's in the description, so you can read as well. Um, so the first part was about defining my hostel and defining my brand. So I was explaining a lot of things that are related to what customer can actually see and find out about our place. So at least they have the public information of how people are seeing us. So they need to read, of course, how I introduce the hostel, what people are reviewing about the hostel, and so on. Explaining a little bit about our unique selling proposition, our story, how to tell our story. If someone asks how did this hostel got created, at least they can also embrace this and tell the stories to our customers. Um, and explaining obviously how the operation works from giving a tour of the house, the tools we are using, the policies, the type of guests that we welcome, the type of guests that we handle, difficult cases as well, how to give a discount if we have to, those kind of things. The second part where is what, and in terms of documents, information, and tools. And we had a few tools like computer, like a phone, a software. We had um, some uh, some different areas where to store things, and some folders in the Google Drive that where we store information. So I was explaining all the logic behind. So like when a newcomer comes in, he has directly access to our interior design, and it would help them to navigate the place. Um, and the last thing was the internal organization. So it was mostly based on all the contacts and information that we had at the hostel for mainly for the receptionist to know, where to contact this supplier if we run out of this thing. Um, the processes for each tasks, very important. I was refining this on a daily basis, and team members and their responsibilities. So this was rarely changing, but sometimes it had to because we build a new rooftop. Then we need to clean this differently. So the cleaner will have to do this instead of that before. So I changed the tasks basically, those things. And the training for sales, so sales of all our different services, because if you open a small business, you might start with one service, but then you might build another service and you need to tell your staff how to sell this new service. So sales training was a big part. And the FAQ, so frequent asked questions, this was used mainly for answering guests' questions. And I had a dedicated document for that, as well as the sales training. Um, so I hope this video was helpful, and that you found a good, interesting tool to use to scale your own operations and save yourself some time so you can focus on growth and have more time for other more valuable tasks in your own business. And again, the table of content of that training manual is in the description. So you can ask any question if you have any inside the comments. I will answer all of them as much as I can. If I can share with you anything I know that can be useful for you, I will do it. So just don't hesitate. And see you for the next video tomorrow, guys. Bye.